right, hello everyone. Today we're at the JAMNA podcast. I'm here with Murdad Ali, and we're going to talk about social media influencers. So, how's it going, Murdad? You doing good? Doing good?
Good, yeah.
Nice. All right. I'm doing pretty good. I had a nice day. I had lunch not too long ago, so I'm fully energized.
Yeah.
So social media influencers. What do you want to talk about first? Want to talk about the recent Ronaldo YouTube channel that he posted?
That's one of the topics that we might talk about it, and there's quite a few topics that we're gonna talk about it.
Yeah.
Probably more the interesting ones, because we are fans of sports and influencers, and that's kind of interesting because the kids and the young people, they're still watching YouTube, and they keep improving this job and influencer.
Well, what I want to talk about is how fast he got to how many subscribers do you have now? Like over 50 million.
Over 50 million.
Yeah, like dude.
In like maybe 3 months.
Yeah,
it's quite impressive, and
insane, man.
I think it's pretty normal too, because he's a footballer and has a lot of millions.
Yeah,
of
the
followers.
amount of pull he has is incredible.
He has a lot of partnerships and also with brands.
What does he talk about in his YouTube videos? Is
His
it
YouTube
only
videos?
soccer? It
depends. It depends who is invited in the podcast. It can be like, I saw one of the videos. It was his son. And a famous YouTuber, MrBeast.
MrBeast, right? I saw that one. I remember seeing that one.
Yeah, that was really a historic YouTube video, because MrBeast is the most popular YouTube content creator
in terms of total subscribers, right?
Yeah. He's the most, and that's
he must make bank, man. He must make a lot of money.
Yeah,
Ronaldo too. Of course, Ronaldo makes money in other ways, but
Ronaldo he's a footballer and he's a businessman too. So imagine what they.
But now he's kind of delving into this social media, like how Shaquille O'Neal kind of shredded into being a social media personality. Exactly, right.
But it's quite impressive, and I think he knows what he's doing. And he knows his talent.
Yeah, I kind of want to touch a little bit more on MrBeast. MrBeast is has really blown up these past 4 or 5 years.
Yeah, 4 or 5 years. It's quite impressive because what he's doing, it's just only challenges, and because he's putting money.
The guy before him was PewDiePie, right? Who was kind of this big thing, but now it's turning into MrBeast, who's he's creating sort of this family-friendly type of content. But it's also relevant to older people who also want to watch his content, because it's not like a kids channel. It's more like a everyone channel, where everyone enjoys this content.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's pretty impressive that being a content creator, it was expanded since the few last years, especially in COVID, because usually COVID people were in their house and just watching YouTube videos or whatever.
Yeah, for sure. And it's probably
that was the moment that bumped being a content creator, and that's why there was a bunch of content creators that
I'm sure it peaked during COVID. For sure, because no one was doing anything. So
yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
and like you said, it's not just the kids, it's not just the young teenagers, it's also adults that watching content creators. They're quite they're just. It's a pretty interesting job, because usually most of them, they're just chatting with their chat, and it's not even a relationship you can see on one.
I saw he also includes a lot of his fans in his challenges, right? What was it? The Squid Games challenge. I think I saw was probably a year or two ago.
And what I think I don't know if it's for the views, or he's doing that just for himself, or because he's a good person.
Well, I'm sure he's doing it to some extent for views, right? Because if he doesn't get any views on his video, he doesn't get enough money.
For sure, because he's spending a lot of money.
Exactly.
He's giving a lot of money too.
I think the most money I saw him spend was $1 million on his show. He made a show for, I forget what it's called.
I think there was one show. It was $1 million for all the content creators that he grouped up with.
Okay.
And it was a challenge that you have to stay as long as you can in a room.
Gotcha.
And
geez, that must be stressful.
Yeah, that was stressful, and it's a room without the window, without like. Yeah.
And how long did you know how long they stayed in the room for?
I think it was 48 hours.
48?
Yeah, 48 hours. Yeah, it's quite impressive. But
right.
Yeah, there's some challenges they're doing, and I think MrBeast is quite a idol for some people that wants to become a content creator.
Yeah, he's definitely locked in for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
He's locked into that. He knows all the ins and outs of YouTube for sure, right?
Yeah. And the other topic that I want to talk about here, it's the young content creator that came just in a few years from now. Speed, Cenat.
Speed and Kai
especially Speed. He's worldwide now.
Yeah, seriously. Like, I only knew about this guy probably like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And now he's like some internet celebrity.
Yeah.
He's huge all over the world, not only in the US and Canada and the
It's
UK
crazy,
or like first world countries, but second and third world countries too that he's visited because of this world tour that he's been on.
Yeah, and I think the most impressive point for his like success, it's Ronaldo. Obviously.
Yeah, for sure.
It's one of his fan in the chat said that who's your favorite player, and he said Ronaldo. And that was the point that made the success for him. Yeah. And he's worldwide now.
And he met him, right?
Yeah, he met him. That was like, I think
monumental,
yeah, actually. Yeah. I think it's even better than MrBeast videos, because that was like actually everybody was waiting for that moment.
Well, sure, it's for sure it's different content, right? Because pretty sure Speed isn't so family friendly compared to MrBeast, but for sure his like Speed's content is way interesting.
Speed's content, it's more interesting because I think it's touching like every part of like every age.
Yeah, it's super. It has a lot of energy.
It's really entertaining.
Yeah, he has a lot of energy when he's
for sure
performing.
Every time he streams, he's in YouTube and he's streaming for like.
I was watching one of his streams not too long ago. I think because it was like late at night. I was still up, and I think it was like 1 a.m. But he was streaming in Mongolia. It was like, I don't know how long. I think it's like 13 hours ahead or like something like that. 14 hours ahead, something like that. And it was daytime for him. He was on the other side of the world, but I was still watching him. And I'm sure other people, especially Mongolians, who he was in their country, were probably watching him during that time.
I mean, for sure, he's worldwide, and he did a worldwide tour too, Asian, and he went to China, to Mongolia, like you said, to Japan. And that's
and I think it's super smart, because once you start tapping into other cultures and other countries,
for sure,
you gain a new audience that would have probably never seen you, especially in China, where social media is very limited, right?
Yeah, for sure.
And once you go to China, you have people that have maybe never even seen you before, even though you're this big thing in the West. If you go to other countries, automatically way more fans than what you had before.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. He went to like in the country that maybe he's the most detested.
Which one is that?
That's Argentina.
Oh, of course. Messi, right?
Of Messi. And he went there, and it was quite friendly. They were friendly with him, and they were really happy.
Well, I'm sure it's his whole Ronaldo Messi thing isn't as serious as it seems, right?
Not that serious. No.
Exactly. So
it's just he's smart, and he knows that if I keep that, it'll give me like more attention.
Exactly. He's really good at retaining his attention, right?
I don't think he's really a big fan of football. He's doing that maybe because he knows that.
Well, I think the fact that his whole thing started with Ronaldo, he kind of took advantage of that and really developed his personality as a YouTuber, right?
Yeah,
exactly.
And he's a pretty good guy, and he's young. He's on our age.
He's our age, right? Yeah.
That's crazy. Yeah, I mean that's crazy.
All right. Well, I wanted to move on, maybe to a little more sports talk.
Yeah.
Arsenal Fan TV.
Yeah.
They lost 1-0.
No, I mean I'm pretty happy because I'm not an Arsenal fan.
Of course.
Yeah, and Jacob's an Arsenal fan, but I'm a Tottenham fan. Yeah. And we have this big rivalry between us, but I mean it's friendly for.
Yeah, of course. It's all love,
and it's all
of course,
just for laugh and just for it to be competitive.
Yeah, of course.
And I mean, it's Champions League. It's a big competition, and everything can happen.
And PSG on a roll, man.
Yeah, PSG, they have a very good talent.
But who doesn't care if it's PSG, Real Madrid, is Arsenal Fan TV. They do not care.
Yeah.
If it's a loss, they're not happy.
I mean, they're pretty biased, but sometimes they're going a little bit too far when they express their their like opinion, but it's okay. It's just a fan. It's just a fan channel.
Yeah.
So they're just saying what they.
Do you think they get a lot of revenue from their fan channel? Because I know they have a few 100,000, maybe a few million subscribers. I haven't really recently checked, but they have a few million subscribers and they get decent views. But do you think that money is dispersed to all of the creators, or is it dispersed to the fans, or is it people that make the channel what it is? So like, there's a bunch of memes that come out of Arsenal Fan TV that aren't necessarily from the creators themselves, but from the fans, right?
But I mean, I think it's more the people who's doing that.
You're right.
That's the creator.
That's the channel, right?
Yeah, that's the channel. But I don't think the fans are getting that, even though it's a fan channel.
Because they have some reoccurring fans that come every now and then to talk about the game or talk about, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's like the Habs fans.
Exactly, it's like Habs Fan TV.
Yeah.
That blew up recently.
Yeah, that blew up for sure.
Pretty sure they recently hit 100,000 followers on Instagram.
Yeah, because each videos they're doing, now I change the subject, each videos they're doing, they always like try to...
I think this whole Arsenal Fan TV has kind of sparked this whole fan TV aspect of sports, but I think really helps.
Yeah, I think it really bumped with Arsenal Fan TV because I think other teams, they don't have...
Well, I think the whole meme culture around Arsenal Fan TV, with all the funny moments that come out of it, it spiked interest in other fan bases to do the same thing, right?
For sure. I mean, one of the first people who's doing the Arsenal Fan TV, Robbie.
Robbie.
He's friend with the Expression. He's a fan of Tottenham.
Yeah.
He's doing 2 channels. One with Expression that they're talking about the rivalry and all of that, and the second one, the principal one, it's the Arsenal Fans TV.
Yeah.
And out of every game, when it ends, he comes outside of the stadium and he's just interviewing people.
Yeah, it's really cool because for me, as an Arsenal fan, as a Habs fan, I feel connected with other people, even though if I don't know them personally, I feel connected with them because I've watched these videos and I watch these clips and they're funny, right?
And not just that, because you kind of like, when you see him and when he talks, you kind of like feel like it's you talking.
Yeah, it's also he's serious.
Yeah, it's part of you.
Exactly.
Because he's a fan of Arsenal too, and you're a fan of Arsenal too, so you want to express your opinion too, and it's kind of like...
And he has probably similar views as you, and you connect with that, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And I think it's quite impressive, and I think it'll be good if each team has a channel, like...
Yeah, for sure.
For fans.
I think every fan base deserves a fan channel.
Yeah,
like
that.
For sure. Because I went to the playoff game, the Habs game.
Yeah.
I went to game 3, and the crowd around Habs Fan TV was huge.
Crazy. Yeah,
it's crazy. At first it was small. I saw them setting up their little little gig. They had a dummy with a Washington Capitals jersey on it, and we were punching it.
Yeah, I saw that.
You saw that, right?
Yeah, I saw that.
But
they were punching, and they even throw the jersey.
But the circle that came around them was huge, and plus there was Washington fans, there was Habs fans.
No, I mean, I think
there was referee haters.
Yeah, I mean, this year they really blow out.
For sure.
It was crazy.
And don't you think that, considering how big the Habs are as a franchise, doesn't that help them in turn become a bigger fan group? Because say the San Jose Sharks had a fan group, it wouldn't become as fast as
I don't think so,
right?
because as we know, Montreal is a historic team and has the most Stanley Cups, so it's quite obvious that Montreal has. For me personally, I think they have the best fan base.
Yeah, for sure.
That's what helps. Like,
they have the most hardcore fans, I would say. And in Quebec in general, hockey isn't a culture; it's a lifestyle. Right?
Yeah,
it's people. It
one of the
interesting
interesting point,
life.
like you said, one of the interesting point, one of the cultures that I got, even though I was born here, it was with Montreal Canadiens. Yeah, like you get the culture with the Quebec people.
Even if you're not a pure Quebecer, if your family immigrated here, or my family, my dad's family, they all immigrated from Sicily, from Italy. And,
even my family.
My dad has been a Habs fan his entire life, even though he's not a quote unquote Quebecer, right?
Yeah. I mean, no, it's quite impressive.
Exactly.
I don't think in any other teams has this culture or this like love of this sport, especially. And for sure, this fan base helped even the Habs Fan TV, and I think one of the points that really get them popular was when they were singing songs to players.
Yeah. So like again with Arsenal fan TV, their whole chant culture, right?
Yeah. For example, for Arsenal it was Aubameyang.
Aubameyang.
And for Habs it was I think Slavkovsky or Caulfield. I'm not sure.
No, Caulfield's on fire. No, that's Harry Maguire. But that's a Manchester United chant.
Yeah. But I mean they copy it, but I mean they still created a song.
Yeah, I mean they copied it, but it's still like. People don't really care.
Even for Hudson, like in the building of Bell Center, they were always singing Hudson.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's great.
I just wish in American culture we had a similar chant culture in Europe, where it's like it seems like chants just come out of nowhere, like random chants that just come out of nowhere that no one's necessarily learned, but everyone knows for some reason.
But I think in America they're doing that just for revenue, for money.
Yeah,
they're not doing that for pure passion like here. I think hockey, for them it's more like golf, or even golf and even baseball. You're not hearing like chants.
No, that's for sure, right?
I mean, they're just
because the culture is different. Yeah, exactly.
That's it. But yeah, if we start another topic, Cenat. What do you think about?
Go back to Cenat. Yeah.
What do you think about Cenat?
I think the entourage he has is hectic. Very hectic.
For real?
Yeah, for sure. No, I remember seeing something that happened in downtown New York where he had this like huge crowd around him or something like that, and police were called.
He did like a manifestation, but it was not really a manifestation, but it became a riot. It became a riot, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, he did it wrongly, and that's why the police came.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure I thought I learned that he didn't notify the police beforehand, which he obviously should have done, considering how huge he is as an influencer.
Yeah.
And basically, like, it resulted in broken cars, broken windows to businesses and stuff like that.
They weren't even in custody, and they're not like bad people, but they just
went a bit crazy for someone that they idolize.
Yeah, but even Cenat, he's young and he's talented. He's like Speed. He's their friends, and. Recently, he did a mafiathon. He did the second mafiathon.
Mafiathon, what's
mafiathon? It's a marathon, but he just changed the name to Mafia.
Okay, why Mafia?
Because he thinks he's a mafia.
Okay.
When he's.
Is it like his little clique, like his little group?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's like the Mafia.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
He named his team because he has other friends. He's joining up in the streams.
Okay.
So that's why he named his team like Mafia.
Yeah. Okay.
He just put the marathon.
So it's kind of like how the sidemen are the sidemen of White Catfish or KSI.
Yeah.
But Mafia is just like it's just like a little like a group they have. Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what it is. And I think he made like 24 hours for 30 days.
30 days, so a whole month.
For a whole month,
Jeez.
Just 24 hours. He was like washing himself, showering.
He was filming himself showering?
No, not naked though.
Okay.
He was
because there's limits, right?
Yeah, there's limits. There's limits, especially in Twitch.
Yeah.
Because he has a big contract.
Of course. With Twitch. I'm sure in Twitch he would be a very big no-no.
Yeah, I mean,
film himself showering.
He's a superstar in Twitch, so he wouldn't risk like his privacy, his body, or whatever. With his contract with Twitch. For sure. And he did the 24 hours stream. He invited like artists.
Like who?
Like Chris Brown.
Oh shoot! So like big artists.
He even invited I think Kyrie Irving.
Kyrie Irving on the stream.
Yeah, Kyrie Irving. SZA was there. There was a bunch of artists then.
Okay.
I think it brings like.
Was it like every day you had a different artist, or like every few hours,
I think each day he had like 2 different.
Because like I can't even imagine like how would someone want to watch him for that much time? Like because 30 days is a lot of days. I mean, he's got to really like figure out like I'm doing this day, doing this day.
I think he prepared himself first of all, and second of all, that's what I said in the first of the beginning of the podcast. I said that just chatting for 24 hours is kind of crazy.
Yeah, for sure. Because you eventually run out of juice, man. Like you don't know what to talk about eventually.
And he even said after the marathon, he said that 24 hours just talking and just doing the stuff that he's doing casually in the day. It's kind of hard.
Of course, it's hard. 30. Imagine 24 hours, 30 days
in a computer, and you're just talking with your chat, but it's not like actually your chat, and it's quite crazy. And but I don't know, like the people in this generation, they kind of like it, and I think it's quite impressive.
Yeah, it's cool how it's very interesting how culture has shifted from TV to basically almost just social media. Yeah. Because I know as a kid, I never watched YouTube as a kid. I always watched TV. I always watched whatever was on, Johnny Test or whatever was on. Yeah. But
I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like when we grew up, we were always like keep saying that you have to go to school to get a degree and to become somebody, and
Well, now that's super changed. That's what changed entirely, right?
That changed. Yeah. Because now there's a lot of options. You can have a job and become successful and be happy in life. And I think becoming a content creator and influencer and whatever in social media or whatever, it's quite impressive because you can become one, but it's not easy. You have to have like talent and determination.
Yeah.
But still.
For sure. I think also you need at least a bit of luck, right? Because like it doesn't come naturally necessarily. If you could be a very good filmer. Like I know a guy that was in my class last year that's dropped out of school. His name's Will. His name's probably Will on YouTube. Yeah. And he makes really good videos. I find myself watching his full videos, full 10, 12-minute videos. Yeah. But right now he doesn't really have any mojo, right? He doesn't have any flow. But
I mean, like you said, like it depends the topic that you want to talk about.
It's true.
It depends the audience who wants to listen to it. Like for example, if you want to talk about sports, you're gonna have a bigger audience or whatever.
I think if you talk about or if you like post about one specific topic, you only tap into that. People are interested in that topic. Whereas like guys like Cenat and Speed are variety streamers, right? They touch upon a bunch of subjects. That's why they're so popular. It's the same with MrBeast or PewDiePie. They touch so many subjects.
That's true.
They get so popular because they're tapping into other people's interests.
Just to touch your point, there's some streamers, they just play in games. They're not touching like others.
Well, that's why those people that are only playing games, there's a limit to how much popularity they can get. So guys like XQC who only really play games, they don't really do anything else. Or guys like Ninja. Ninja fell off the face of the earth because he only played games. He only played games like Fortnite.
But I mean, he was kind of the face of Twitch.
He was the face of Twitch because Fortnite was the face of Twitch too.
Yeah, that's
right?
true.
And he was considered one of the better players.
At that time, nobody was just chatting to
Yeah.
They were not just doing games. Like they were just doing games back in the days.
Yeah.
They were not like.
But now it's different.
Now it's different. Yeah. Now it's worldwide and they keep touching everything. And I think that's quite impressive. That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, it was nice having you, Dad.
Yeah, I mean that was a good podcast.
Yeah, it was a good podcast. I really enjoyed it.
And we're gonna see it next week for our next podcast.
Yeah, for sure. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
So have a good day.
So that was influencers. We talked about influencers. We talked about who we talked about MrBeast.
A bunch of influencers. Topics. I mean, sports. We talk about Ronaldo,
MrBeast, content creators.
I mean, we even talked to like channels.
About channels. Specific channels, especially fan channels.
Yeah, fan channels. I think it was a good podcast for the young teenagers, and they want to know a little bit of information about them. And next week we're gonna talk about a new topic.
Yeah. All right. See ya.